Hey everybody, it is Radley here with the Angel Tarot Show. Oh wait, no, that's not what it is this month. It's the Angels and Aura Show with Radley Valentine and Dougal Fraser. Hey Dougal.
Hey, Radley, why'd you steal my wallpaper?
I loved it so much that when you were not around, I called David and said, tell me what this wallpaper is, and I got it too.
Grass cloth, grass cloth.
Glass cloth. That's right.
Say that 10 times fast.
I don't, I don't, it feels like a trap. I'm not going to. For those of you who are listening to us on Mind, Body, Spirit, Dougal and I are coming to you from a hotel room. Well, two hotel rooms, not to start any rumors, but two hotel rooms, because we are in beautiful downtown Santa Monica, because we are going to be on Good Day LA in the morning. And so we're excited about that. And then Dougal and David are going to take me to LAX, which I consider to be, should be avoided at all costs, but this time I can't, and I will fly to Denver. So I'm going home. So
yeah, we're moonlighting as Uber drivers tomorrow morning.
They are moonlighting as Uber drivers. So if you are watching us on YouTube, you get to see the beautiful grass cloth wallpaper. If you're on Mind, Body, Spirit, you just have to psychically, audiently experience. Yes, Dougal's holding a speaker up next to the microphone. The grass paper. So let's get to it. We're going to talk today about angels and auras, and we're going to start running through some of what we call the message cards. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Message cards. Yeah.
And so we went through the core cards last week. This week we're going through the message cards. The core cards are cards 1 through 12, which is sort of like a mini little major arcana of the deck. It is not a tarot deck. It is an oracle card deck. And then we have cards 13 through 44. Today we're going to try to race through 13 through 28, 29, something like that. So what you got, Dougal?
So we are going to start with card number 13, which is the card of abundance.
Yes.
So, do you want to talk about the symbolism of abundance?
Yeah, so we've got, this is our same-sex couple card. We've got a sweet little gay couple that are sitting under a tree. The tree has golden pears that are hanging from the tree. Pears are a symbol of abundance and prosperity, and of course gold is as well. They are sitting under the tree. One of them is reading a book. I think, is the other one on their phone? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the other one's on the phone. We have a white feather there. That's our angel symbol inside the card. And what's the colors and what are the words?
So the words on the card right side up are faith, optimism, excitement, and breakthrough. Super important. Golden pears. Yes, we think of finance when we think of abundance, but we have a loving couple here because it's abundance of all things. It's abundance of emotions. It's abundance of time together. It's abundance of experience, not necessarily just prosperity in financial form. When the card is inverted, which again, inverted cards are not predictions, they are reflections. It's something to think about. It's not necessarily something that's going to happen. But the inverted words here are doubt, pessimism, mundane, and misfortune. The idea being, if our energy isn't set, if we're feeling doubtful, we want to make sure that that's not getting in the way of abundance. We want to make sure that we're not being pessimistic. It's sort of like the universe's way of saying, hey, be mindful of these things because it can sort of play with your role and relationship with the energy of abundance.
Right. And so next up, we have card number 15, which is Be the Real You.
No, am I doing all of them?
Oh, sorry. Yes, you are.
Angels are watching over you.
Angels are watching over you. That's right. That's right. That's right. Angels are watching over you. So here we have a woman who is sitting at her desk. She is feeling a little stressed. She's feeling a little anxiety. She's got tons of work around her. She's got some paper crumpled up as though she's done some initial writing, but it isn't coming out the way she wants, so she's crumpled it up. She's basically looks like she's having a stress headache. And what does she have? She has her angel team behind her, and they are supporting her. One has got a pocket watch indicating, we will help you with the time issue of this particular situation. I can't tell what's what's the angel got? What's the yellow angel have in their hand?
Yellow angel is holding a thing of coins, representing that we're managing your finances, we're taking care of the worry. The angel in the middle in the pink has their hand over your heart, managing your emotions at the same time. So if you feel like you don't have enough time, there's financial stress, there's emotional stress, all of the things that we tend to stress over and maybe forget that angels are with us during that process.
And we got white and purple, I think.
The shadow, yes, the color activations are white and purple. White being clarity. If you're stressed about something, when angels are watching over you, any topic, white can bring light and illumination to anything. Purple being the color of destiny. We're on our destiny. We're on the right path. You're not making a mistake. The words that we have on the card are supported, protected, loved, and encouraged. The inverted message of the card is deserted. So again, this is more you're feeling this way, but it's not necessarily a reality. Deserted, alone, neglected, discouraged. This card is the reminder that no matter how high the stress level is, angels are always with you.
So next we have Be the Real You, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's just ahead of myself by one. Just ahead of myself by one. So with Be the Real You, we've got this beautiful young lady. And so this imagery took a minute.
It did.
It took a minute. So we have this young lady and she is there and she is literally unzipping her business suit. It's the business her. It's not the real her. It's the her that herself that she shows to the real world. And there's a white butterfly that represents the whole symbolism of the angels are with her. And she's got this beautiful skies behind her indicating sunrise or sunset. So is this the sunrise of the real her or the sunset of her shedding the person that she has been sort of like pretending to be, but doesn't want to be anymore? And here our color activations are pink and green.
Color activations here are pink and gold, it looks like.
Sorry.
So one of the things that I love about this, though, is that I think every single person on the planet goes through some version of a coming out process, right? So for Radley and I, it was pretty literal. But for a lot of spiritual people working in the corporate world, not wanting to talk about their intuition or the fact that they talk to angels or the fact that they're a medium, Sarah's waving her hand, this is the card that says, be you, be your most authentic self. And it's not necessarily, what I love about this is it's not necessarily that she didn't like the corporate world, but the corporate world is no longer serving her.
Right.
So she's literally unzipping it. It was very important that it didn't look creepy to us. We didn't want it to look creepy.
And
so
we
wanted
kind of did the first
kind of did.
So yeah, that needed modification.
Right, but I think we got it. I think we nailed it.
Yeah.
The words on cards 13 are freedom, authenticity, uniqueness, and courage. The inverted is trapped. So this is a perfect moment for a shadow message. So if it's inverted, so let's think maybe we're hesitating being the most authentic version of ourselves. Trapped, shallowness, conformity, and closeted. Every single human being comes out of the closet in some way, whether you love game night and don't want to tell your friends that love sports, or you're a medium, like we talked about earlier. This is really just about shedding that shell and being your authentic self.
Or you're a Harry Potter nerd and you don't want people to know that you're in the House of Slytherin.
How could you not want anyone to know that?
I don't know. You never know. People are funny. Maybe they don't want people to know. I don't know. So next up was a card that we were super excited about.
We were
really excited. We thought we were so clever.
We did.
God. We were so clever. So
blessings in disguise.
Blessings in disguise. And so here we have this young lady and she's standing there and she had this balloon. She was so excited for her balloon, but somebody went, I can't quite do it. There, that was pretty decent. Maybe
I mean, you could just say
pop.
it. Yeah.
Pop. It went pop. And out of the balloon flew all this confetti. So now this thing that feels like tragedy has turned into a party with confetti. And so it's blessings in disguise. We've got this young lady, and so there's this innocence to the whole thing. It's like not taking an overly adult attitude towards it. We have the white feather that is our representation of this particular thing, and the colors I think are white and pink.
Correct. So we have white and pink here once again, because white is clarity of all things, something that's unexpected, something that completely gave us clarity. Pink being about self-love. Even when something is challenging, oftentimes it opens up other doors for us that are completely unexpected. I just have this memory of Rad and I really going over and over and over again of how are we going to convey this message, where sometimes it's this shock that ends up being this really great thing. We were so excited when we got this card back. It just, I don't know, it feels really positive and lovely to me. The words for blessing in disguise are trust, revelation, significance, surprise. The inverted words are angst, unaware, significance, and expectation. Now, what's interesting here is this often happens with the shadow message. One word repeats itself, significance on both the right side up and the inverted. Meaning, no matter what you're going through right now, there's a deeper meaning, and we really want to pay attention. So, blessings in disguise.
Right. And I'm not at all convinced that that isn't either Brooke, our artist, as a girl, or Brooke's kid, because
maybe
it looks like Brooke to me.
You're right. You're right.
Well, I'm still convinced she snuck herself into the cards.
We should ask.
We should ask. But there's a card in here. It looks just like her. Sorry, I just think it's her. So next up we have, I think, career transition.
That's correct.
Yep. So career transitions, card number 17. We have, once again, this sort of energy of someone coming out of like a business thing. I don't know. She looks a little bit like she could be a CPA. I don't know. What do you think? It's possible. Yeah. I don't know, maybe. But she's coming out of this one door, and it's like very business-like, and it seems kind of dark in the background, but she's heading into this other door. There are angel wings, there's the divine light. It's right. And so it's almost like she's stepping from one career into another, something that I think a lot of people that are interested in our work are interested in doing for themselves, taking themselves out of the business arena or a more traditional arena into something less traditional, which might mean cards. And the color activation here, I think, is orange and green.
That's correct. I also want to talk about, if you can see the grid on here. So a lot of times as light workers, we talk about a grid around the planet, right? That we're all connected. Even though she's going from potentially a corporate career to maybe a spiritual career, technically everything is connected. This is all about making a change. This is all about trusting your intuition. So we have orange, the color of intuition. It's your divine self. It's you being led and guided to do something. Green is about joy. I want something different. I want something vibrant. I want something hopeful. So, and you'll notice she's actually dropping the briefcase, or as my mother used to call it, an attaché case. That's what my mother used to refer to it.
Really? That's what she called it?
Yeah, I remember when my mom got her job when I was in high school, and she was like, I need an attaché case. It was all very important that we had an attaché case. But she's dropping her attaché case in this moment, but that's just stepping into something else. She's dressed in green, that idea again being we want something thriving, we want something lovely. We've got the angel wings greeting her on the other side of the other door. The words we have here are change, excitement, opportunity, advancement. If it's inverted, again, inverted would be like, you've been waiting about this career transition, stagnant, boredom, scarcity, and stuck.
Right. So next up,
I love this next. I'm going to keep doing that. I'm sorry.
I know.
I know.
Oh, this was really your idea. This one was totally your idea. So why don't you describe it?
Okay, so this is our communication card. Hands up, how many people went to sleepaway camp over the summer? I don't know if it's because my parents loved me or found me irritating, but I went for 2 months every summer and I loved it. And one of the games we would play at camp is, they used to call it telephone, where you would say something at one point of the circle and you'd have to repeat it all the way around. And by the time I went all the way around the circle, it was completely distorted from the original message. So that was my image when we thought of communication. I just thought of all of these kids having this experience. Summer camp is also actually where I gave my first readings as well. It was the first time for me. So I just thought of this sort of spiritual moment of children connecting with each other. We've got all different children from different backgrounds and walks of life. If you look very closely, one of them has a feather in their earring as an earring, which is our sort of angel nod. Right. Our colors here are green and blue. speaking our most authentic self. Communicating can be scary with blue. Green is we still communicate, we still express ourselves as we are. The words that we have are accuracy, expression, intimacy, and honesty. The inverted words for this card are gossip, withholding, solitude, and risk. But it really is, it's just a beautiful card. And so far, some of the interviews that Radley and I have done, they haven't aired yet, but a lot of people bring this card up because I just find it, I don't know, I find it really warming.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's not the fire, right?
It's not the fire, it's the vibe, Rad. It's the vibe.
I'm just asking. So next up is Divine Magic, right?
Yeah, you took the lead on this one.
Okay, so Divine Magic, what we have here is, I've used this symbolism in one tarot deck before, and I loved it, so I was happy to have a resurgence of it, which was a wishing well. And so we have the wishing well, and out of this is coming a rainbow of colors, and each one of those rainbow elements has a different thing that someone might wish for. They might wish for money or a book contract, or empowerment in the form of a crown. They might wish for love and romance, or the ability to speak their truth. They might be interested in psychic gifts, or they might be interested in a stronger connection to the divine.
Don't forget about karaoke. They might be interested in karaoke.
They might be interested in karaoke. You just know there's all types, right? And so we have this beautiful rainbow, and that's coming out. And so it's allows your clients to be able to look at that and go, what color are you drawn to? But you also can have them look and go, which one of these things that you're drawn to, and what's that color attachment? The colors here are not rainbow, interestingly enough. They are white and black, which I'll let Dougal speak to in a moment. And the card talks about wishes and goals and dreams and accomplishments. Yeah. So Divine Magic in its truest sense, if the card is inverted, it's pessimism, uninspired, doubts, and greed. So this can be an energy that you are either have fallen into, so you may recognize it. You may go, I am feeling really uninspired right now. I've got my doubts about how things are going to turn out. Or it might be that you need to work on stuff so you don't fall into that kind of energy. No card is faded in any kind of traditional sense. This is the energy you're at. This is the vibration you're at. And the cards are trying to give you a heads up about what you need to be thinking about. And that's not always, black or white.
Oh, well done. So black or white we have here because both black and white are technically made up of all color. So we have all color represented here, meaning all of your wishes and dreams can come true and doors are open for everyone. Okay.
So next. Don't compromise.
That's correct.
So we have this beautiful heart that's radiating once again with multiple different colors, almost like a rainbow. We've got these golden wings in the background. And it's this whole sense of let your heart's wishes take flight. This is not the right moment to compromise. Sometimes we need to compromise. Sometimes it's really important. This card wants you to know, maybe not so much. Right down to the fact that the words are boundaries and assertiveness and courage and being unwavering. This is not a people-pleasing card. No. This is why Dougal and I don't want to pull it. Because we're probably going to get it upside down where it says passive and resigned and intimidated and fearful, because we're people pleasers.
Absolutely.
Right? We're people pleasers. And the colors are what?
They are orange and red. So red, especially, shown here in the heart, is our energy exchange with the world and other people. It really highlights how much energy is going out, how much energy is coming in. Orange is all about balance. When we have boundaries, when we are not compromising, we are balanced, we are whole, we are unified. So the idea being is that when we have boundaries, when we're strong in our conviction in who we are, our hearts literally soar, our hearts literally fly. This, I believe, was also talked about as one of the cover cards as well. This is one of my favorites. I think it's really pretty.
Yeah, it was on the short list.
Yeah, really beautiful. So don't compromise. Next is energy healing.
Energy healing. So this is really easy symbolism. We've got two hands, and the hands have sort of Reiki style kind of energy work going on. It's emerald. It's a green color like Raphael, which we think of angel work as being the archangel of physical healing. The card talks about being holistic and well-being and thriving and vibrant, all the kinds of things we want in our healing of ourselves. And if it is inverted, we've got antiquated, neglect, lethargic, and malaise. And so if you see this card, then you might notice that it's like, wow, this person's neglecting their health. This person isn't doing what they need to be doing. This person's feeling really lethargic. Their energy is super low. They need an injection of some sort of like energy healing to help them out.
Yeah, something new. This green energy, I see green around the healthiest, the most vibrant of people. White is the second color for the color activation. That's basically when it comes to energy healing, if somebody's worried about their health and they're genuinely worried about their wellness, their brain will play tricks on them and say, well, what's the best color? So whenever in doubt, you go with white. It can do anything. It can work on just about everything. So it's just something simple to remember. I find this color to feel, this card in particular, to feel really relaxing. So energy healing and different forms of energy work.
Yep. Okay, so here we have one of our lighter, happier cards. It is everything's okay. Everything's okay. And so what we have is we've got a mailbox that was being delivered to 444. All right, the address 444. And it says it's got an envelope in it, and the envelope says big news, and the return address is the universe, and the stamp is an angel that is on it. And so the card says reassurance, support, guidance, and being overseen, overwatched by the angels. So it's a card that really does have that whole energy of everything's going to be okay. You don't have to worry. Don't be fretting. Upside down, it's disbelief, feeling alone, and feeling like your prayers are unanswered and being frustrated. And so if you pull this for your clients or yourself, you might be feeling some of those emotions. It doesn't mean that you're going to stay there, but it gives you an awareness of it so that you can work with the color energies that are here that are
purple and gold. So purple, you are on the divine path. Just because you're on the divine path doesn't mean everything's going exactly as expected, but things are going to change. Big news is coming your way. You're doing the right thing. Keep moving forward. Gold is the color of turning your dreams into reality. So even if you feel like you're not moving as fast as you were expecting it to, gold will help you realize that it's coming to fruition. It really is going to happen.
So next up, we have another card with swirly green energy, and this is called Evolution. And so this card has this woman, and she's standing in the whirlwind. We sort of like to think about this as being like the eye of the storm when we, as I recall, when we were talking about designing this. We wanted this person that was like, this storm could be happening around them, but they are centered in their evolution and in their space of I am in a place of growth, and none of this stuff that is swirling around me can hurt me or move me. She's even wearing a crown indicating, or maybe it's a tiara. Two gay boys did make it, but like either one, but it's like this whole sense of I am empowered. I'm not going to be swayed by even the big city energy that is behind her. The words are empowerment, transformation, protected, and preparedness. Inverted, it is anxiety, unexpected, distracted, and resistant. That's moving out of the eye of the storm.
Yeah.
Right.
Our color activation is green and white. Green is always a color of transformation. It's just movement of energy. So this person is going through something, some sort of evolution, some kind of a change. So we want to be in alignment with that. White, again, is you might need clarity in the situation. It just helps us move through what's going on. So that color combination sort of is reflected in the card in itself, right? She's got the green around her. She's wearing the white. But at the same time, just knowing whatever's going on, it may feel intense. It may feel like big wind, big energy, but you've got this.
Right. Next up, we have focus on your health. Focus on your health. And so we have this woman, she's on a brisk power walk through a park. She has the number 4 on her top. She's got her water because she's staying hydrated. She has her music tunes on. She is literally on a path to health and vitality and strength. Card says wellness and active and radiant and nourishment. Inverted, it's a card that talks about neglect and being lethargic and melancholy and perhaps excess that is hurting our health. Color activation is
red and green. So
It's
focus
the
on your
Christmas
health.
card.
When we use the Christmas card, when we think of health, most people first think of their physical body. So green is reflected in the physical body, but red is all about emotions too. Focusing on your health isn't just about physical body, but it's also about our heart, the energy exchange with the world, our soul group, our soul relationships. Are those nourishing? Are those fulfilling us? This is about being happy. This is about being in your body. This is about being alive. This is about being connected. This is about being vibrant. And those two colors are important. Oh, this is another fun one. They're all fun. Yeah.
Brooke Stefanelli.
You're right.
This is her. I'm sorry. I'm going to ask her.
You're right.
Look at her. She put herself on the deck. I'm telling you. So the card says, have confidence. And so here we have this woman who is standing way high up in the sky between 2 mountain ranges on a tightrope, and she is balancing all these different things that she might want in her life, like health or a diploma or more time, a connection to the divine, angels, love and romance. What am I missing? Oh, and money in abundance. So she is trying to find balance to do this. And the card is saying, have confidence. We know you can do this. So it talks about strength and balance, preparedness and tranquility, the sense of peace that we want in our lives. The upside down of this is being doubtful and scattered, feeling passive, intense, not emotions you want to have on a tightrope between 2 mountain ranges. Right?
And the idea here is that she feels, or you feel, or the client feels like they're walking on a tightrope, and they are not. They have all things. They're smart. They've got heart. They're financially secure. Like everything is okay, which is why the color activation colors here are pink and purple. So pink, self-love. You can do this. You've got this. Purple is you're on the right path. You're doing it. The universe is with you. You're in alignment with this. The tightrope is symbolic. It's not literal. You've got this. Have confidence.
Right. Next up is Law of Attraction. Law of Attraction, card number 26. And so here
only card I want to frame, by the way. I know there's not a lot of color in it, but I don't know why I would hang this in my house. I really like this card. Go ahead.
I know the artist, so if you want to get like a bigger version of it. But the cards, this is our Law of Attraction card, and this is somebody's head, and these are the thoughts that are going on. So the card says action, thought, feeling, and diligence. And in the head, we say, my angels are with me. Life loves me. I am beautiful. I am prosperous. Everything is going to work out. Upside down, the card's meaning is quitting, obsession, depression, and being sloppy. And the words in the head say, nothing ever works out. I'm not good enough. Nobody likes me. I am stuck. I need to change first. And so color activation for this is
gold and green. But Andriana just said that looks like my head. This is exactly what I was thinking when we designed this card. That even when it comes to the Law of Attraction, I have positive thoughts, but I also have negated thoughts as well. And that's just part of the human experience. So the colors here, we have gold and green. Gold being, I can do this, conviction, commitment to creating whatever your heart's desire is, whatever your vision is. Green is when we're manifesting, when we express ourselves clearly to the planet, when we really tell the world what we're trying to create, they see it and reflect it back to us.
Next up, we have open your heart to love. Here we have a beautiful door that's sort of floating in the middle of space. On the door is a red heart with a Celtic design. The number on the door is it's room number 4. That's our nod to the angels. There is a key hanging from the doorknob and a keyhole that is shining light, indicating here is your key. It is here within your reach. You can grasp it. The positive words are vulnerability, forgiveness, allowing, and community. Inverted, the card has absent, resentment, stubbornness, and independence. As that independence, we don't necessarily think about a word that might have a shadow side to it, but when it keeps us from being in a place of community, keeps us in a place of being with other people, it can be a challenging energy.
Julie asks, how do we know about the colors on the card? It's hard to read on Zoom, but there's two places. There's a 4-pointed star up here with 2 colors, red and green. And then at the bottom, what separates the shadow words from the inverted words are a bar. So there's green and red. Yeah.
Green
and then
red.
you flip to the guidebook to give you the definitions of those colors and why they're there. So red and green, again, open your heart to love. Red, we've talked about this, the energy exchange we have with other people, the emotions. Green, you got to talk. If you want to date and be in a relationship, you can't be quiet at home watching TV. You gotta talk.
Nope. Not unless you like the FedEx guy.
Exactly. Or girl, or they.
Or girl.
Yeah. So green is all about that communication and expressing ourselves to get what we're looking for. Oh, the next one's so pretty too.
Yes. I think you had a lot to do with this one too, I think. So this is
I?
peace. Well, wasn't it your idea to use? I thought it was your idea to use this is Leonardo da Vinci's guy.
There's a word for this right now and I can't think of it, but yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So anyway, so the card is peace. The card is peace, and it's got connectedness, journey, balancing, and clearing is the name. And so we have here the Leonardo style guy that is in 2 different positions. But he's holding an angel, and the chakra system is showing up in alignment on his body. Again, the words say connectedness, journey, balance, and clearing. Inverted, it is untethered, disconnected, vulnerable, and unaware. And Preeti says it's the Vitrivuan man.
That's just so again, rainbow card, rainbow color, chakra system, black and white as the color activation, because black and white represent all colors. You'll see that repeated a lot. When it's all colors, it's typically black and white as the color activation.
And then one more for today is perfect timing.
Yeah.
So we have the sun on one half of the card in the daylight and the moon in the other half of the card at night. And together they form a perfect circle that is a clock. It is a clock. And the timing says 12. So is it midday or midnight? Either way, it is the perfect timing. The card talks about auspiciousness, clockwork, planning, and patience. Unless it's inverted, in which case it's unfortunateness, struggle, disorder, and resistance.
Color activation is gold and silver, literally reflected exactly in the face of the card and in the activation as well. You know, I used to teach it as the masculine and feminine side. I'm trying to change that. I'm working on it right now. But it's basically, it's day, it's night, it's alignment, it's all that you are, it's all that we all are.
Right.
Yeah. Wow, we did that.
I know. We totally did it. And so now we're going to take some questions, right?
Yeah.
So Deborah is the first person up because she was fast.
Hi.
Hi.
These cards, they just seem amazing. I can't wait to get them because I know that's going to really help me with seeing things better.
I'm glad.
And my question is, can you ask any question to the cards?
Yeah.
Well, you can't ask for lottery numbers.
Okay.
It's an annoying thing. It's like someone told me this really early on, that games of chance are somehow immune.
Off limits. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think that's so annoying. But I guess if it wasn't true, then all the rich people in the world would be psychics, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right. And I don't know about you, Red, but whatever the topic is, I tend to ask the universe, what is it you want me to know about ... And then it can literally be anything. That's typically how I lean into it. But yeah, I mean, most questions, yeah, absolutely.
And then Giovanna.
Hello, everyone. Hi, Dougal.
Hi.
So my question is regarding the colors. So when we get the card, should we focus on the color like right on the middle, right? It's not the borders or anything like that?
So if it's a core card, it will be one particular color and will be written at the top with the angel that it is in alignment with. Right. So we've got
Oh, okay.
Michael here and blue. If it's a message card, like
Mhm.
point of view here.
Oh my
for-
God.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ding, 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 ding.
And we're in separate rooms, I swear.
That's so weird.
So what we're doing here in Angels and Auras is it's not just the cards that are speaking to you, but it's the fact that you can take the energy with you throughout the day. So the two colors at the bottom, we've got white and turquoise here, is you can meditate and use those in the next week, in the next day, in the next hour. So you're
Oh, wow.
pulling it with you. So the idea being is you're not just walking away with the cards, you're literally activating your energy field. How cool was that?
That was amazing. And I really feel like I'm on QVC now. Here I am, I'm going, so here's the color bar. And I was like, wow, okay. All right. So your turn, you pick somebody.
Well, we have Cassandra here, so I want to say hello to Cassandra.
Hi, Cassandra.
Hi, I met you both at Scamania, and that was
Oh yeah,
full time.
Comedian was a hoot and a
it was
half.
so amazing.
It was so
It was.
amazing. Thank you. I can't wait to get this card deck. I'm very excited about it. So I was going to ask something personal. You know, is that okay, or do you want a global question?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with it.
Okay. So I just lost my dog of 16 years. So
Oh,
been very sad, and it's triggering a lot of grief for me of past
Ah.
things. And my daughter has cut me out of her life, which means I don't get to be with my only grandchild. So that's been going on for quite a while, but it's all kind of reactivated with the death of my dog. So I
Sure.
would like to know what you might be able to tell me about my granddaughter and how she is, and you know, my relationship with her, which is really out in the ether. That's how I communicate with my grandchild.
Well, what's interesting, Cassandra, is the first card that I come up with is open your heart to love. And I have to be honest with you, you know, when you talk about the passing of your dog, it does feel like you're coming from your mental body right now and not from your emotional body.
That's because
Which
I've been crying for 2 weeks. I'm trying.
I
not
know.
to-
I know. Don't try to stop it. Let it out. Open your heart. You know, when we lose a domestic pet, like a dog or a cat or a fish or a turtle, whatever you feel close to, that pure unconditional love is so deep and so pure and so holy that when it's taken away, it really makes us look at the other relationships that are a little awkward and confused. You're asking about your granddaughter, right?
Yes.
Yeah, your granddaughter feels good to me. And I feel like we'll be back in your life. I don't see this as a long-term thing. It may feel like that now. And even if it's 6 months, those 6 months will feel like a lifetime or a year or whatever it is, but you will have a relationship. That door and opening yourself up to love will happen again.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're muted, Red.
sorry. Angels are watching over you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're supported, you're protected, you're loved, encouraged, as is your granddaughter. And I know totally, it's like I cried for 2 years. I could still cry if we talk about Jace too much, so we won't.
Yeah.
But it's like Dougal was talking about. It's like it is a absolute, tangible, poignant, powerful element of unconditional love. And when the illusion of separation, because they pass to the other side, infiltrates our beingness, it is true grief.
Yeah. It is the hardest thing in the world.
Hardest thing in the world.
Yeah. Hi, Jana.
Hi, you guys. I met you both at Scamania too.
Oh, how fun.
Oh.
Scamania party.
I am so looking forward to this deck, I have to tell you. Oh, that's my dog that you hear.
They're both looking forward
That's
to
a dog sending support to Cassandra,
it. I agree.
right? Totally.
I agree.
What that is. That's what that is.
My dad died in April, my 93-year-old dad. And I'm the what do you call it? The executor of his estate.
Oh, wow.
And it's been very hard, actually.
I'm sure.
I think I probably even haven't started grieving for my dad yet because there's been so much work.
The business
And-
side. Yeah.
The business side. I can hardly wait to get the cards, but could
You know what's
pull-
interesting, Jana, though? This is the second time, I think in week 1, we did a mediumship question and the soul group card came up. If I
It did.
remember correctly,
You're right.
we'll have to go
You're
back.
absolutely
So
right.
the
That's true.
first card that I pick is the soul group card, which is so interesting to me. So first, just the literal sense that we're all connected. The words here are messages, reunion, connection, validation. So that's your dad saying, I see you, you're doing this, this is happening. But let's also talk about when someone passes, especially if it's a patriarch or a matriarch, the whole shift of the family dynamic changes, which does sort of overshadow the grieving process. So now is the time to really write down like what you're learning and what are you seeing about people and how are things changing, but and have that. Yeah, that's a good one. Go
And
ahead.
have confidence.
Yeah. You're doing
You
a
know, it's
great
like-
job, Jana.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Melanie.
Did we have a traffic?
Hi.
Hi.
Melanie
Hey.
apparently spells her name Judy.
Hello. Hi.
Oh, wait.
I'm
How are we
over
doing this?
here.
Oh,
It said
guys,
to unmute.
this is what it's like to be a medium. One person
Ah,
at a time.
We're going to
Benny.
Judy first.
Benny.
Judy first.
Judy
Great.
first. Okay.
Okay. I have a question from the last class, I think that I posted, as to why Gabriel isn't included in there. Is there a significance to that?
You know, we auditioned him.
Her.
Sorry. What's your
My
this-
world, her.
This is you. Yeah. So you answer.
Well, it's like all 15 are not in the deck. And to be completely honest, we couldn't always, every single time, align the color energy with an angel. And so we couldn't quite get copper to go with the things that Gabriel represents. Now, we thought about fine-tuning it a little bit and going with the fact that, well, copper's sort of like orange. And if you
Right.
do orange, then suddenly Gabriel can work. But we had these 12. Gabriel was busy. That's Karen put in the text. Gabriel was busy. We tried to get her, but she just was not available. And so we called her agent and she was just booked.
Right.
No. But that
I
was
think in one of the Angels and Auras online classes, there's a whole moment about it that we talked about copper and people at it with the Bettina. And yeah.
Oh yeah, we talked about it off camera too a lot. We almost went there, but then we didn't. So okay, so back to Melanie.
Hello.
Hi.
It's something with the people that lost. I'm a medium and I was feeling all these tears and everything. And I have things in my life, but your cards are amazing. My question for
Aw.
you is, so this can be used, I can see a lot of the cards can be used in the mediumship that I do.
Oh,
It's-
100%. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
no,
wanted to ask, can you, I know you're doing quick, but can you possibly do like a little teeny reading or a card for me? I know it's a lot,
yeah.
but yeah, I'm in tears from all the energy because I could feel this.
Yeah.
So the first card that I get is Shamuel and it's inverted. So this is great because we're going to learn about shadow messages
Yeah.
today. So Shamuel is light green. Sometimes, Melanie, light green can feel like anxiety, where my heart will start to tremble, my voice will start to tremble. It's like I'm having a hard time keeping tethered with the energy. The words for the inverted card are anxiety, burdened, restless, and despair. Now, this does not mean that Melanie is in this state of mind, but it does mean that if she's not breathing enough, this is how she starts to feel. So one of the things the universe is asking you to do is to slow down, go for a walk, feet in the grass, touch the soil, feel the ground into the body, and let that sort of shaking sort of go into the earth like cosmic fertilizer. Go ahead, Red.
Yeah, so I got communication, which I
Ooh.
think is perfect, given the fact that we're talking about using these cards for mediumship.
Yeah.
Right. And so the card does talk about accuracy, expression, intimacy, and honesty. I think these are energies that you tend to show us in your kindness and in your compassion for other people. But I really think that what Dougal had to say was so important, so not to be in any way neglected. Right. So we are at the end of our time together this week. So we will be back. Are we back next week?
I think so, but you're also flying that day, so I don't know. So
Yes.
ask the cards.
Ask the cards. Are we back next week? Have confidence. Okay. So I think we're back because I get back. So have confidence that United will put my butt on the tarmac at the right moment for us to do our class on October 31st.
That's
Halloween. Boo. And what's special about Halloween?
That's the day that I think the deck is actually
That's
released.
the day that drops. Yes, the
Woo.
deck drops that day. Good day. It does.
Halloween costumes are highly encouraged. Halloween
Right.
costumes are highly encouraged. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin. Yes. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. So glad that you could listen to us on mindbodyspirit.fm. So glad to watch you and you watch us on YouTube. We'll be back next week. See you then.